Hi Aquarius, welcome back to my channel. This will be a special reading entitled What Do They Regret? And it can be someone that has loved you or loved you once upon a time, and it can be some sort of regret that they have around you, around your connection, your relationship, your marriage, your almost relationship, for example. It can be for Aqua, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. It will be a 3-card spread, and it'll just be skimming over the surface into what this person potentially is regretting. So hopefully there is something insightful for you in this reading. If you enjoy this content, Aqua, please feel free to leave behind a like or a subscribe. That would be very much appreciated. Otherwise, let's jump into it and see what comes up. Aquarius, what do they regret? Okay, 3 cards for the sign of Aquarius. Okay, this is quite interesting. You've got the Sun, the Moon, and the Ace of Wands. Let's kick off the reading with the Sun card. This is very powerful, okay? Now, the Sun card is all about harmony. The Sun card is goodness. The Sun card is all about the self. Now, the Sun being the center of the solar system, the Sun being the inner child, it can be selfish behavior, okay? There might be someone here who is regretting being very self-absorbed or only putting their best interest forward in the relationship. So there might be some regret around this person that they put themselves first, okay? Something about a relationship here. The Sun and the Moon are seen as divine masculine and divine feminine, and both these energies have come up in the cards here, so that is quite interesting. You can see all these colors that practically bleed into each other here. And this is, I mean, it's very, very distracting. It's very beautiful, but it's also very distracting here. There could be someone here who felt like they were distracted by other things while you were together, and they could be regretting that. But it's other things that they worked on themselves for. It could be self-exploration, self-transformation, their career, creative pursuits there. It's something that bettered themselves, or it's something that, it was something to do with their issues more than you. And they could be regretting putting all that time and energy into that more than the relationship here. I mean, the Sun card is also seen as Aries energy, so I don't know if this is an Aries. I don't know if someone was impulsive or hot-headed here. But the Sun is also youthfulness and, you know, enjoyment and having a good time. I don't know if someone's regretting not having taken something really seriously. It could be that this person is regretting either not taking something too seriously and just being really, you know, in the moment, just seeing how things go. I mean, the Sun card is pleasure. It's enjoyment, harmony. So it's either someone is regretting not having enough of these moments with you while you were together, or it's someone who is regretting spending too much time on themselves and not enough on you. I do want to mention this, and it's going to be a hard pill to swallow, but I know you can handle it, Aqua. The Sun and the Moon is a relationship here, and there's someone that's regretting a relationship. Again, this could be what they're conveying. It's not always attesting to how they feel, Aqua, and more often than not, when we go through a breakup, we're showing a very different side of ourselves to protect the ego, to protect the self, to protect our decisions. To enforce our decision, people often become rude and cold in breakups and separations, and there's someone here who's either communicating that to you or telling you that they regret even being in a relationship with you. And I know that's harsh, it's hard to hear, but like I said, for a lot of people, it's a defense mechanism. And it could be that the Sun and the Moon card are signifying that sort of relationship that they're regretting. Or it's balance. I mean, the Sun and the Moon complement each other to make up yin and yang, to make up a whole. So they're regretting, or if they're not, if you never had that relationship or marriage with them, Aqua, it's they're regretting that you actually never made it to that stage. So I think this applies maybe more for the people who almost worked out with someone. Maybe you were sort of seeing each other. Maybe it was quite fleeting. Maybe you never had that exclusive title that you were together with this person, dating them, in a relationship. Maybe you never went beyond that level, and they're regretting because they never got that opportunity with you. So maybe that's what's happening here. The Moon card can be a Cancer, so I don't know if this is someone who's still nostalgic, Cancer as a sign is known to have nostalgic and sentimental tendencies, Aqua. So it could be that this person feels this way, inclined towards you. The moon is about empathy and tenderness. So there could be someone regretting that. Individually, taking out the sun and the ace of wands in this equation, the moon card can be that someone wasn't as compassionate as what they could have been. So maybe there's regret here that they should have shown you, or they could have shown you, care and concern and tenderness, and they didn't do that. Okay, they didn't feel like they could do that for some reason. I also, without getting anything too complicated into this person's backstory, Aqua, for a lot of you, you did someone, or this person still has links to their past. I don't know if they wanted to be in a place where they were more healed, or they weren't still attached to an ex. And for a lot of you, maybe for those people, this is perhaps more applicable to those Aquarians who did date someone who ended up leaving them for their ex, or was still attached to their past. Maybe it had to be for now because this person needed to heal. And I think for a lot of you, there could be someone here who regrets that they didn't move on from the past, or they were still protecting. Because it's Cancer energy, and Cancer is represented by the crab, I guess we can analogize the hard shell of the boat, the hard shell of the crab. And the fact that that's coming up here indicates that there might be regret for someone being too protective over their emotions, not letting you in entirely here, Aqua. And as a result, they could be regretting that they were too protective. Or they had their walls up too much. Maybe they're regretting that because they couldn't let you in entirely, because the boat is protection, it's steadfastness. And I think they had a valid reason for doing that. And of course, it's not going to be the same for everyone watching, but I think for some of you, this person might have regrets about that. It can also be something subconscious. I feel like the moon can represent the subconscious, and right now this person might be having more subconscious regrets than actually conscious regrets. So they might be telling themselves otherwise, they might be trying to diffuse the situation here, but underneath it all, internally, they could be going through that sort of battle here, okay? Or it could be that they're regretting having been in a relationship or a connection with you because you were still attached to your ex here, Aqua. I mean, let's not be so quick to point the finger at these other people, because the roles could be reversed. Maybe you were still talking to an ex and they found out, and they regret entering something with you and they knew, you still had pictures of your ex, you still spoke of them, the relationship ended fairly frequently. Maybe you still harbored the past, or emotionally still were attached to the past, and they saw the signs, they saw the red flags, and they still went with it anyway. Now the Ace of Wands is here. Aces often indicate new chapters. It can be seen as a somewhat phallic symbol here, representing things like passion and lust and attraction. But Ace of Wands is also a new chapter, and the fact that aces bring major new chapters and in coinciding with the divine masculine and divine feminine that has come up in the reading, for a lot of you Aquarians, this is someone who regrets not having taken a chapter with you. So again, I point to the people who are almost there, almost got married, almost got in a relationship, almost had something very exclusive. So you got there, but you didn't get there, okay? You weren't quite there, and maybe this is what this person is regretting. Also, because it can be seen as a phallic symbol, they're either regretting sleeping with you too soon, or regretting having followed their passions. Now, for some of you, the coupling up could indicate that this person was already taken. So this is quite a messy situation, I think, for some of you. Maybe this person was married, you had an affair, and they could be regretting that. There could be guilt coming up from that if they were still attached or still committed in a different relationship. If that's not the case, then I feel like that Ace of Wands is them having regretted not being in that chapter with you, or not having taken you seriously enough. Or maybe they just showed very surface level attraction, just physical intimacy. Maybe they just displayed an energy of they just want to get busy with you type thing, Aqua, and maybe they weren't as invested as what they could be, and they could definitely be living with some regrets now, okay? They could definitely be living with those things and really thinking about them. It's quite an interesting reading though, Aqua, but I will leave it at that. I do hope it's giving you at least some sort of insight into this person and what they're potentially regretting about you. So, hopefully it's insightful. Don't forget to leave a like, a share, or a subscribe. That'd be very much appreciated, Aqua. Otherwise, take care, and I'm sure I'll catch you very soon. Bye for now.